Krystle, you're suing Akeem, the defendant, for a partial rent refund after being forced to leave his home. You say that you paid for a full month and that after a dispute over food and household rules, you claim that Akeem asked you to leave. So you're suing Akeem for $665, which includes the prorated rent amount. Akeem, you say that Krystle agreed to a non-refundable rental month to month and left just 3 days after moving in. You believe she used the space, she created tension, and no refund is owed. Krystle, how do you two know each other?
I know him from a job that I was working in the past. That's how we met.
Were y'all friends?
Yes, we were.
Okay, for how long?
It's been about 5 years.
How'd you end up living together?
So Akeem, he messaged me on TikTok. I hadn't talked to him for a while, and I decided to call him and catch up with him. I let him know I was looking for a room to rent, and then he let me know that he had some space.
And you were looking for a space for you and your son?
Yes, temporarily, just for 1 month.
Okay, and how old is your son?
He's 2.
2. Okay, so Akeem, you had a conversation with her and mentioned that you had a room?
Yes.
Okay, how many bedrooms?
4.
4?
Correct.
In Los Angeles?
Correct.
All right. What was the agreement on rent?
So Akeem was going to do a month-to-month agreement. There wasn't even a contract. And I had asked him if I can pay him just for a week just to see how I liked it. So I wanted to pay him $200 just for a week. He said no. I really needed the place at the time, so I went ahead and just sent him the $700.
So you moved in with your son, your 2-year-old son?
Yes.
Okay. Who else was living in the house?
Akeem had one other roommate at the time living there.
So why did you end up moving out 3 days later?
I had just went grocery shopping. I spent about $300 on groceries, and I noticed a couple of my baby's food was missing. So I had sent Akeem a text message.
Let's pull up that text. Exhibit B, you're in the blue, correct?
Yes.
So you send this text message on June 29th after moving in June 26th, and you say, hey, hun, is the food downstairs communal? How does it work here? Because I spent a lot of money to feed my baby and myself for the next 3 weeks, and all of my stuff is being opened. With all love, I just can't afford to feed others. It's costing me more money to replace everything. You know groceries are not cheap anymore with the economy this way. I'm literally penny pinching. Sir, your response, hey, I hear you. But let's keep it all the way real, 1,000. You're paying $700 in one of the most expensive cities in the country, living in a 4-bed, 3-bath. And when you moved in, I gave you money before you even paid me anything. That wasn't out of obligation, that was out of good faith. Now you're questioning if food is communal? What the helly? If you're really penny pinching, then let's talk about what you can afford realistically, but don't make it seem like you're being taken advantage of. That's not what's happening here. That's a lot. I don't know, your reaction seemed disproportionate to what she was merely just asking. Was there more to this that we're not seeing?
Yes.
Okay.
We had a conversation. Then we talked first.
About the food?
Yeah, then
Okay.
she texted me after we talked.
You sound upset in your
Oh, yeah, because when she called me, just threw me off. I'm like, it's Krystle calling me again. Like, what's up? And she just said that somebody ate her son's food or something like that.
Did they?
No.
Really?
She has baby food. Nobody eats baby food. It got under my skin. I'm like, what are you talking about? Nobody's here. Like, I didn't do that, and I don't know why you're calling me like this. I'm trying to help you out. I literally cussed her out for calling me like that. I'm like, what are you calling me about food?
That's my point.
And
your reaction to her just asking you a simple question.
oh,
She just moved in.
Oh, you know, before prior, we have a history. This is repetitive, and I was kind of weary about
What was repetitive?
her.
What?
Another situation where a previous year before, she invited me to her place after I got out of the hospital and then kicked me out because she wanted me to do something, and I was like, I can't do
Okay,
that.
this doesn't make any sense. If you had issues with her prior to her moving in, why let her move in?
She just kept being consistent. This is actually the 3rd time she attempted to move in. And I'm like, if she got money this time, you can move in, because I help people in LA, like, that's in my little circle.
And what do you mean by help?
Because I could rent on Airbnb for way more.
And you probably should have if you had issues with her in the past, right?
Not as a renter.